Victoria Moran has been a Main Street vegan for 32 years and is an obesity survivor, maintaining a 65-pound weight loss for all this time. She is the author of 12 books, including the best-selling Creating a Charmed Life, the iconic Main Street Vegan, and her latest book, The Good Karma, Eat Gently, Feel Amazing, Age in Slow Motion. She hosts the award-winning Main Street Vegan podcast and is a founder of Main Street Vegan Academy, training and certifying vegan lifestyle coaches. We're here with Victoria Moran from Main Street Vegan. Welcome on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. What's different about being vegan now than in the early 80s?
Lots. Two things come to mind first, though. One is people finally know what it is. And because they've heard good things about it, that it can prevent heart disease, you don't usually get met with, oh my gosh, you're vegan, I'm so worried about you. And then, of course, the other thing is there's so much food available. We can find things to eat at supermarkets and restaurants. So when people go to transition, if they really say, oh, but I would miss cheese, I'd miss ice cream, we can say, you don't have to miss that stuff because it's available commercially in vegan versions, or if you're good in the kitchen, you can make all that stuff yourself.
Exactly. There's a lot more options today than 30 years ago.
For sure.
Tell me a little about your book, The Good Karma Diet.
This is my latest book, and what people really like about this is the last part of the subtitle, which is Age in Slow Motion. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what do you mean by age in slow motion exactly?
You know, I think that we age too rapidly in this culture because we don't treat ourselves well. We're eating food that's dead, food that's foodless, and then we run ourselves ragged. Plus, when you get to a certain age, you realize that, oh my gosh, people don't think I'm as important as I once was. So I think it's both a physical and an attitudinal way to move forward in life.
How does being vegan make aging easier?
I think it really is about good karma because you're thinking about somebody else in addition to yourself. We really are thinking about the animals. We're thinking about the planet. But then, of course, the very practical other side of that is we're eating foods that the body understands and knows how to deal with.
You have a 4-part lifestyle program that helps people live at any age. What is that?
I do, and that is the MEND program. So here's my question to you. Would it be cool if you could mend the food you ate 2 weeks ago, or maybe something you drank back in college, and really delete that as if it had never happened? Well, I believe you can. And the MEND program is M for meditation, E for exercise, N for nourishment, and D for detoxification.
Can you elaborate on those points a bit?
Sure. Meditation is so exciting for both the attitude that we need to go forward in life, but also it does amazing things physiologically. My favorite meditation study showed that people who meditated regularly for 5 years or more are 12 years younger physiologically than people who don't meditate. So that's a lot for just sitting quietly and watching your breath a couple of times a day.
Definitely.
And then exercise, of course, it's the panacea. We've got to do it. Now, I was a fat kid. I never liked gym class or going out to play. So I haven't really warmed to exercise until actually really late in life. I mean, I've always done it. I've gone to the gym, done what you're supposed to do, the cardio and the strength training and the flexibility. But for my 65th birthday, I gave myself the gift of an aerial yoga class. And now I've finally found an exercise that I love. So if you haven't found yours yet, it's never too late. There's one out there.
Definitely. And you talk about coming to peace with food. What do you mean?
Well, that actually brings us to the next aspect of the MEND program, which is nourishment. We want to nourish ourselves in every way. You want to nourish yourself with watching wonderful television programs like this one. You want to know what's going on in the world, but maybe not so much that you're scared and nervous all the time. And then when it comes to food, nourish yourself with beautiful food from the plant kingdom, real food, and also be very specific with yourself and honor yourself. You know, in the vegan world, we're always talking about foods like kale. Only kale can save us now. But if you're somebody who's a little bit older, your digestion may be a little bit weak, a great big kale salad might not be the thing for you, but you can put the kale in the juicer. You can put it in a slow-cooked stew. So honor yourself and nourish yourself with the foods you eat, with your relationships, with everything you do.
Balance everything out.
Absolutely. And this does help make peace with food. I personally am an obesity survivor. I'm 65 pounds less than I once was.
You look fantastic.
Oh, bless you. And that's gone on for a really long time for me, but it took two things to bring that about. First was making peace on the inside so that I didn't have to use food as a drug, and the other was to really embrace these real foods. And that is the next part of the MEND program, which is D, detoxification. So often people think, oh, that means you have to go on a juice fast. Well, you could do that, but I just look at you detoxify your kitchen when you get rid of the food that really isn't physiologically appropriate for humans.
All the processed things.
All the processed things. And then most people have a toxic waste dump under their sink. So if you get rid of those cleaning products that really smell so bad and they put fumes in your house, you can either get the natural ones or you can clean your whole house with baking soda, club soda, and white vinegar.
I use white vinegar and water. That's it.
Yeah, and you save so much money.
Yep.
So you can buy organic produce.
For those who are interested in going vegan, where should they start?
I think you start with what you already eat. So look at your own diet. Some people are going to fast food restaurants. You can figure out how to make the transition seem very small and very smooth. You also don't have to go 100% vegan overnight, although I love the 1 day at a time plan. If somebody goes into a 12-step program for alcoholism, they're told, don't stop drinking for your whole life, just do it for today, because this is the only day we've got. Right. So how about vegan for today, breakfast, lunch, dinner, a snack or two? Anybody can do that.
Exactly. Actually, that's what I do. I tell people, take your time, there's no rush, just do it at your own pace and try it for today. At least get it done today. And then most probably they'll want to continue tomorrow.
It's so true, because once you know you can do it, the other thing that I love to say to people who say, oh, I don't eat vegan food, is say, oh, you've
eat plants
never
and
had a
vegetables?
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Oh.
You've never had pasta marinara with salad? And they'll say, of course. And then I think that makes it more acceptable because it's familiar.
And I hear you have a new book coming?
Yeah, that'll be January 2018, so it's good that I'm aging in slow motion. That's going to be written with J.L. Fields, who's a wonderful blogger, JL Goes Vegan, and it's called A Coach in Your Kitchen, the official Main Street Vegan Academy cookbook and lifestyle guide. And while working on that, I'm also working with the filmmaker Thomas Jackson on a beautiful documentary called The Compassion Project to introduce the idea of vegan living to the 80% of the population who identify as either religious or spiritual.
Oh, wow. We're looking forward to that. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Nafsika.
We'll be right back after the commercial break.